From Instagram postings to Snapchat messages, the world is communicating like never before. But that doesn't include much of America's homeless population, people who've stepped off the grid and into the shadows. For some homeless people in San Francisco, a new service is using the tools we all take for granted to repair those broken bonds. Meg Oliver has that story.
In downtown San Francisco, on any given block, signs of a supersonic tech economy share streets with people who are all but forgotten. Though they unlikely have much in common, the goodwill of a few are bringing them together in the hope of making miracles. It starts with off-duty tech workers who volunteer to be digital detectives. Databases, apps, online searches are part of their arsenal to locate people who made a difference in a homeless person's past. Then they send a message.
I would like to see you again if possible.
It could be a coach, it could be a friend.
Aptly called Miracle Messages, it's the brainchild of Kevin Adler, whose homeless uncle became part of his life after 30 years of separation.
We always hear about the mental health, the addiction, the substance abuse. That accounts for about a third of homelessness. But a third is related to economic dislocation, so job loss, eviction. The other third is related to relational brokenness, so loss of a loved one, a death in the family, getting kicked out of home, a divorce, a separation. And so what we're doing is we're targeting that aspect of homelessness. You have family and friends, you have social supports. Let's record a message.
I miss y'all very much.
I'm still alive and I miss you.
I love you, Amber. I hope that everything's going well.
When you were homeless, were you in contact with any of your family members?
I was ashamed.
How lonely were you?
Very. Your pride set in. You don't want to.
You were too proud
to let them see me in the state I was. So I stayed away for almost 13 years before I really connected back with my mom.
Beverly Stevenson and her friend Brian, both no longer homeless, are paid Miracle Message ambassadors who double as the advertising department. With business cards in hand and T-shirts that say it all.
Everybody's selling somebody.
Everybody's selling someone.
They put boots on the ground to walk the streets around Union Square, prime San Francisco real estate where Beverly's lived for 13 years.
So what are you saying to them?
I just tell them, we're here to help you out, to hook up with your lost loved ones, families, brothers and sisters, uncles, cousins.
Did you ever wish somebody would come by and stop and talk to you?
Many times. I used to get out there and I sit on doorways crying. I need help.
Karen Flood of the San Francisco Union Square Business Improvement District was willing to help by supporting Miracle Messages' work.
They are human beings, so we do need to address them humanely.
Do you think people have forgotten that?
I think so. I think the level of frustration has just gotten really high in our city. So you don't always look at people. You look at the problems maybe that they're leaving behind.
Well, we're really targeting the relational poverty that oftentimes gets overlooked by other programs. I mean, food, water, shelter, clothing, housing, we all need that to be fully human. But is that all we need? We also need love, belonging, sense of social support.
I'm a volunteer with Miracle Messages.
In the 4 years since Miracle Messages' small staff started searching for lost loved ones, some 200 homeless people have reconnected with people who are eager to find them.
Every day now, we have 2 or 3 families on average a day reaching out to us looking for their homeless relatives.
I love you both. Don't forget Dad loves you.
The average time spent away from each other is 20 years. But for those who do meet again, everyone is somebody's someone is much more than just a slogan on a T-shirt. Meg Oliver, CBS News, San Francisco.
Wow, what a great idea. And I mean, so simple, but that's stunning. Average time 20 years apart?
Without being with someone. That sense of support, what really struck a chord with me is when I did the story in Minnesota on the veterans' homelessness, that's what they create there, is that support system. If you don't have that family necessarily, there's that common bond of how do we end this problem in these greater communities. You've got to have that support.
And you have to cut away each slice at a time because there are so many slices to that pie.
Amazing program.
And it's a growing problem in so many cities, and especially in San Francisco.